Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. We got a bit of a wet one coming at you. It's the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. John Shambi on the play-by-play with you. Chris Singleton providing the color. And we got a rubber match on our hands today, partner.
Yeah, the final game of a three-game set. They've split the first two, and regardless of how important the series is within the larger picture of the season, it's a game you want to get up for. Every series win feels good, so we should see a fun matchup in this one.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So almost ready to get underway, and starting in this one, Zach Wheeler. Chris, a sub-3 ERA for him a year ago.
Well, when your numbers are coming in under 3 as a starting pitcher that's going out there every fourth or fifth day, taking the ball, competing against really good big league hitters, it's extremely impressive. And you wonder what he figured out last year that he can carry into this season that can help him to maintain that number or even drop it lower. We'll see, but we know he's got good stuff, and he should be really good in this one today.
Yeah, there's the strike.
Okay.
Swinging for the strikeout. Good catch up to the heater.
Well, that seemed to be over as soon as it started. A 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to do better at the plate right there, at least to bounce something off, extend that at bat.
This is Bryce Terang. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball one. One out, base is empty. He caught it behind his back. And very nicely done for the out. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Seggy?
Well, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get one pitch. You better not miss it.
2 down, nobody on. They say a win. And Siggy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever if they do at all.
The 1-2. Just off the inside edge.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. Getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And Milwaukee is set down in order. Nobody left for Milwaukee. Phillies coming up to hit. No score. You're dialed into the show.
And this is more than you ever know. We here for winning.
Back here with my pal Siggy. Our starting pitcher in this one, Brandon Woodruff. How about a report on him, Chris?
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. One of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
We go to the bottom of the first. And digging in for Philadelphia, Brandon Jordan. Fastball in for a strike. It's 0-1. Jordan measures 6 feet 2 inches, 210 pounds, and he was selected for the All-Star game last year. Here's the strike at the knees.
Good pitch down around the knees. You want to be there all game. In a park like this, a pop-up sometimes will carry out.
Here's the 0-2. Stays alive. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Righty to the plate.
Ball
Just
outside.
missing there. 1-2 to count.
It's a good take.
Next
Ball.
pitch is outside. And the righty deals. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Now he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
That pitch just misses the inside
Full
corner,
count.
and the count's full. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after a bat like that.
I guarantee he's going to check the tape on that last pitch when he gets a chance, because he thought it was ball 4, and he wasn't wrong. It is a close pitch. Definitely not an easy call, but especially after a long at bat, it'll drive you crazy getting rung up like that.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And there's 2 away.
Batting third.
And time now for the Phillies lineup. You had a guy that had a big showing last season, Brandon Jordan.
And boom, a big power season for him last year, up over 40 home runs. So he's obviously a very important part of this lineup. They're going to rely on him heavily to provide that same type of slog and drive guys in as he did last season. But I think he's up for the task.
Bryce Harper
1-0.
in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. And a foul ball. Two outs.
Ball
And
2.
another ball. Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul. The wind of the pitch.
Ball.
And that's off the inside edge.
Full
And
count.
it's a full count. 2 out, space is empty. And the pitch. Fouled off again. And it remains 3-2. The line to kick the pitch. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Left-hand batter waits. Gets a piece and stays alive. The pitch. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And just like that, they're out there. It's 1-0. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, dude, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. Lightning fast hands to be able to hit that velocity fastball on the inside part of the plate. In my experience, when you're looking out over the plate, allowing the ball to travel, it's pure reaction to hit a pitch in that location. That's a tremendous swing.
Kyle Schwarber in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit. All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point,
Ball 1.
he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
The 1-2. That's
That's the ball.
inside.
2-2.
One run across in the frame so far here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. They go back to back. His second of the year, and they boost their lead. It's 2-0.
He's bringing the thunder in a rainstorm. How in the world did he manage to hit that pitch out? Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now. This is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in the lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
And up to the plate is JT Realmuto. And it's through for a hit. And that extends the inning.
Batting sixth, the second baseman.
This is Bryson Stott. That one close, ruled a ball. 1-0. Inside, just missed. Chris with that distraction and a speedy guy at first. He's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
That one misses. 3-0. And a pitch.
Yep. 3 balls.
2 runs across in the inning here in the third and final game of the series. That one ripped. Yelich reaching back towards the wall. Bangs off the wall. Here comes Realmuto around third. Relay throw home. He's in there.
It's a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Anytime you smoke the ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
So 2 down, and now it's Alec Bohm. Hitless in the first 2 games of the series. He's 0 for 8. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. The throw in, but it's offline.
Who's in there?
Well done, drives in the run. Pitch was on the outside, didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball.
And now it's Jose Siri. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. That's down and in.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
And here it comes. Next pitch in for a strike at 1-1. Boom. The runner at first with 2 gone. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And he deals. Gets under and pops it up. Miller should have this one. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Back back here, Citizens Bank Park. Second inning set to go. Here's Yelich at the dish. Wheeler back to work. And first offering is fouled off. The wind and the pitch.
Ball.
And that's outside. And that is
One ball,
ball
one strike.
Making the calls behind the plate in this one is Woody Keller.
Yeah, and Woody does a pretty good job back there, Boog. He's got a pretty fair strike zone most of the time. Maybe some inconsistency here or there, but usually he's back there doing a solid job.
Foul ball.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Wheeler, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. The Phillies leading by 4 here at the top of the second. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. He swung over top of the curveball.
No, he's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break that rhythm. Maybe it's square around the bunt, step out of the box, agitate him a little bit, do something that just changes what's happening right now, because at this pace it's going to be a long game, so you got to figure it out quickly.
That misses the zone, and it's a ball and a strike. Bounced out to short. Turner with the throw to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Brewers go down quietly. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Back at Citizens Bank Park. Batter now, James Wood.
The designated hitter.
Right-hander back to work. And a swing and a miss. Saying he wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff for the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
Next pitch is outside. Bottom of the zone and a called strike. Here comes a pitch.
Ball 3. Full count.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
So the Philly batting order turns over. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Brandon Jordan. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. Fastball for a strike.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
One down, base is empty. Ball one there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The pitch. Got him swinging.
Now batting.
Trey Turner at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Well, in their win last game, this guy came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one. Kicks and deals. On the ground to third. Coe. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Down quickly go the Phillies, but they lead it 4-0. On to the third inning, and now Jackson Chourio.
Jackson Chourio.
The wind of the pitch. And he takes a strike. And now the count is even. And the pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Kicks and fires. That's off the mark. The count now 2-2. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout.
That was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And now here is Tyler Black. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball. The shortstop takes the ball.
1-1.
Liner, and that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Everything came together for him. Loud contact, leads to the double. You can tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Joey Wiemer, the next to hit, hitting .500 in the series coming into this one. 5 for 10. And first offering is fouled off. The Brewers down by 4. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Foul ball there. Next pitch misses. Going to count 1-2. Wouldn't chase that time. And it's second. Ground ball up the middle. Stop. Throws to first in time.
Now batting. The third baseman.
Next for Milwaukee, Richie Coe. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. Right through there for a strike. Pitch misses there. 1-1. The Phillies leading by 4 here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. And that one fouled off. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
2 outs. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. 3rd out. Brewers strand 1. They trail it here 4-0.
You can get this from such a short distance, and my spit will probably still be warm when it hits you. Or get a tissue. Swear to God, I'm an issue. You don't really want war. He can handle this. You ain't built for that like Jeep Wranglers. If he ain't square, he's rectangular. The second.
Bottom of the inning.
Leading
And
off
now,
for the
Bryce
Phillies,
Harper.
the first baseman, Bryce Harper.
The pitch. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
The punch out there, and that's the first out. Kyle Schwarber
Now
comes
back.
up to hit here. He's already homered in this game. And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
Just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Yelich ranging back, and it's caught just in front of the wall.
Well, I didn't think he got it off the bat,
Now
but
batting,
the wind made it a
catcher,
lot more interesting than
JT.
expected. Nice job of the center fielder. Puts it all the way back to the warning track. Man.
2 outs, bases empty. JT Realmuto steps in. Now a screamer into the outfield. And a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Now batting, second baseman.
And now for the Phillies, Bryson Stott. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. And a big swing and a miss. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Righty delivers. That misses the zone. Now 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
Good eye in
That's
that
the ball.
spot.
Too low.
Realmuto off of first with 2 away. Got it by him for the K. Phillies strand 1, but they're in front 4-0. Back here in Philadelphia as we go to the top of the 4th. Here's the second baseman, Bryce Terang. The pitch. That one pushed to the left and foul. Terang measures 6 feet even, 25 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2018. In the air, left side. And that's a fair ball. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Now batting, the catcher, William Contreras.
So, man aboard, William Contreras. Up now for the Brewers. Struck out swinging his first time. That one fouled off. It feels like we might be headed towards a rain delay if the weather doesn't ease up, Chris.
Yeah, the umpiring crew are going to pay attention to how the weather is impacting this game. And the moment it becomes dangerous, I think, is the moment we'll be forced to take a break.
Strike two.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit. And all the order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
The 0-2. That one just misses.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Top half of inning number 4. Bounce to the right side, sneaks through, base hit. Here's the throw to the plate, and he's in there. A run comes in on the play.
Picks himself up an RBI. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Now it's Christian Yelich. His first at bat was a strikeout. That clips a corner.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
One on, nobody out, a run in here in the third and final game of the series. Close, but called a ball. And it's 1-1.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
And a 1-1. In the air to left center. And it falls. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. Kind of just punked it out there the other way. Didn't hit it real hard, but he got just enough of it to dunk it behind the infield. And I tell you what, you'll take those every day you can get them.
Now here is Owen Miller. And that's in for a strike.
0-1.
No outs, runners at first and second. In the air, right side. Fair ball. Right past his coach, headed for the plate. He scores, and now just a 2-run deficit.
The center fielder, number 5, Garrett Mitchell.
And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Garrett Mitchell. 0 for 1 so far. There's a strike. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. And it bangs off the foul pole, home run. He powers that one out of here. And the Brewers have the lead. It's 5-4.
He was able to hit one out in this weather. Are you kidding me? How did he do that? Well, he really crushed that thing down the line. Everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
At the plate, Jackson Chourio. And a ground ball to first. And he handles it himself for the out.
Up next for Milwaukee, the shortstop.
Next for the Brewers, Tyler Black. Doubled in his first AB. Trying to bunt his way on. And it goes just foul. One down, base is empty. There's a strike.
0-2.
And the right-hander deals. And a foul ball, he stays alive. The shortstop takes the ball.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
Pitches in the dirt, and that's ball 2. He goes down looking.
Well, he throws him with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling. You think the ball's going to get into the gutter, and somehow just hangs onto that edge and knocks down a pin. Well, he got the outside corner of the plate and got that called third strike.
No matter what your station, you can fight this indignation. Come on.
2 outs, base is empty. Up now for Milwaukee, Joey Wiemer.
Ball.
First pitch misses.
1 ball, no strike.
Right-hander kicks, deals. And now 2-0.
He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
Two down, nobody on. Fouls one off. 2-2. And the righty deals. Laced down the line. Could be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And he's in there standing up with a 2-out double.
Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair, and even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory, and that right there was perfect.
Here's the third baseman, Richie Coe. And there's a strike. We haven't seen a break in the weather, and the umpires might be forced to make a decision soon.
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, everyone looking and wondering when they're going to stop play. It definitely feels close.
That one is absolutely belted. That's down. One hops off the wall. The run comes in to score from second, and it's 6-4. And that's a double.
Comes through with the RBI. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Now a chance for Bryce Terang. 1 for 2. That clips the inside corner for a strike. And a pitch. There's a strike.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. Those 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
That one not close. Get a count 1-2.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact. So not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind him.
Just missed. And that one is lifted in the air. Siri in position. Makes the catch, inning over. So in the end, 10 come to the plate. 6 of them come around to score. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Brewers 6 and the Phillies 4.
You could encounter the great.
Back here in Philadelphia, bottom 4, down the third baseman, Alan Ball. And a pitch. And that one fouled off.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
And he deals. And there's a foul ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 0-2.
Ball.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. The line to kick the pitch. And that just misses.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
And that's ball. That's a great at bat. We saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very good.
Jose Siri will hit next. First time up was a pop out. Slider clips the zone.
Well, just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
That one misses, and now it's even 1-1. Boom. Aboard here at first with nobody out. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
That's the ball.
Misses inside.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They've got him working hard out there.
Ball
Next over and upstairs.
On this guy, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Booth.
So now 3-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The Brewers up by 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That's out to center field. And there's one away.
The batter, the designated hitter,
James Wood stands in for the Phillies. Went down on strikes his first time through.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Strike 1.
No ball. 1 strike.
Man at first, 1 away. Out towards right center field. Sizes this one up. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
now batting, right fielder, Brandon Jordan.
And here's the Phillies leadoff man, Brandon Jordan. This is a true five-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off. There's a strike.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play. And in baseball, to have such a talented player going out there every day and putting on the show that he does, just a joy to watch.
Cracks his bat and pops him up. He's got it, and that's the third out. One left for Philadelphia. They trail it here, 6-4. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. Ready now for the fifth inning. Here's the catcher, William Contreras. The right-hander back to work. Curveball over for a called strike.
0-1.
Stirring in the Phillies bullpen, Tyler Duffy, preparing to come on if needed. Soto warming up as well. You'll one. Swing and a miss. Hits for average power, the ability to field the arm, and then the speed. Really impressive.
No.
Just missed.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
Righty to the plate. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And now it's Christian Yelich.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
Just a bit late on that 0-1 breaking ball. 0-2 hole now. He's going to have to shorten up, tighten things up if he's going to have a good at bat.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And the first two set down to the top of the fifth.
Now batting.
2 outs, base is empty. Owen Miller up now for the Brewers. Right through there for his strike. 2 down, nobody on. We're at the top of the fifth. And a foul ball. Two outs. And that's off the inside edge. And the count is 1-2. Through that one, it's a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for Milwaukee. They still lead it though, 6-4. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Trey Turner down. Pitch. Fastball for a strike. Movement in Milwaukee's bullpen. Trevor McGill getting ready to go. Milner also getting ready. Here's your 1. Next offering misses down and away. Out to short. Gathers and throws to first. And a quick out.
First baseman number 3. Harper.
Bryce Harper to the plate. He's already homered here in this one.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
That's a hit.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Off the bat, that one registered at 105 miles per hour, man. That is smoking. And these days you hear it all the time, but the numbers just don't lie. You can drive a ball like that. More often than not, you're picking up a knock.
Kyle Schwarber stands in for the Phillies. Slider misses outside. And there's a ball. The Brewers leading by 2, last half of inning number 5. Woodger throws to first.
Yep,
Harper's back in a dive. Left-hand batter waits. One fouled off, 2-2. At the belt and fires. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
Now batting.
And now it is JT Realmuto. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play.
Woodger checks over to first, and he's back.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score a ball in the gap.
The Brewers up by 2 here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Swing and a miss, and that is that. Phillies strand 1, and the score remains 6-4. Back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Gregory Soto.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Garrett Mitchell digs in now.
The center fielder.
Here comes a pitch. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Well, I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer. When you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach. You can't try to steal because you'll get thrown out. Maybe get a little bigger lead, be aggressive on the secondary, but this type of guy shuts the running game down.
Next pitch inside, and it's 2-1. Next offering is fouled back.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
Out there to center, Siri in position. Makes the catch for the out.
Now batting. Designated hitter.
And now the DH, Jackson Chourio. There's a strike. Soto, multi-time All-Star. He features a sinker, a slider, a four-seamer, and he works in a changeup. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And the slider just misses.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
And it is 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
And down on strikes. Then there's 2 down.
Oh, you got to be pretty quick with the bat speed these days. So many guys throwing in the upper 90s, and you see the velocity on that one. Just tough to catch up to. I mean, guys are coming in, and they're going max effort. They're not looking to go a long distance. They want to get as many strikeouts as they possibly can.
Black stands in now and watches strike 1.
Ball.
And ball 1.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Left-hand hitter waits. And he blows that one by him at 100.
One ball.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
And now the lefty. That's outside. In the air, left field, down the line. Schwarber makes the catch, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down that time. 6, 7, 8, 2 in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Brewers 6 and the Phillies 4. Now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Trevor McGill.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
And here it comes. Hammered on the line to the left, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Anytime you win the line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Next to hit, Alec Bohm. This one in the air, right field. He's under it. Squeezes it, and there's one down.
Now batting, center fielder, Jose.
And here is Jose Siri. We talked about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Splits the plate, and you played behind guys. They love having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. Runner takes off. Pitch outside.
One ball. One strike.
Siggy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Right-handed reliever. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Runner around third. He'll score easily. They trail by 1.
That was a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get in the scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
Gets handed the rock out of the pen. He's making his 4th appearance of the season.
Milner.
One down, runner at first. James Wood stands in for the Phillies. Got a good eye there. Pitch and fouled off. Swings through that one for strike 2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
With the go-ahead run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's down and away.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Step off throw to first, and he's back in there. The pitch. Runner on the go. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. With the tying run on at first, here in the third and final game of the series. Runner goes again. Hard on the ground to first. Takes it himself. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
So digging in now for Philadelphia, Brandon Jordan. Just missed. Activity in the bullpen. Bryce Wilson, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Richards also throwing. Siri at second with 2 down. Line drive, base hit, headed for the plate. He scores to tie it up 6-6.
Game, so great job there stepping up to the challenge, showing willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumped up, didn't try to pull the ball, and let it get beat, took the ball right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Milner keeping him close.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
Trey Turner with a chance now.
1-0.
The shortstop takes the ball. That's to third. Go. Sends it across the first. Turner is out. And that is that. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We're through 6 full, and we're all even at 6 apiece. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Tyler Duffy.
Tyler Duffy.
Tied at 6. Joey Weimer getting ready to hit. The wind of the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1. Duffy, a 6'3" righty, 34-year-old vet. He joined the team as a free agent. Up the middle, Trey Turner gloves it. On the run, throw to first. Safe. He beats it out, and the go-ahead run is on to start the inning.
Well, he did all he could at short to try to make an amazing play and almost got it done, but good hustle down the line, and that's an earned infield hit.
Richie Coe now at the plate, 1 for 3.
Going pretty good speed over there at first base. I think the pitcher's got to slow everything down. Hold the ball a little bit, step off, just try to break the rhythm and timing of a potential base stealer.
And that's off the inside edge. And
1 ball, no strike.
The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. That one off the mark, 2-0.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
Out towards left center. And it drops in. Rowe holds him at second. But the go-ahead run now in scoring position. And still nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
First and second, no outs. Now it's the second baseman, Bryce Turang. Squares, pushes at it, misses it. It's a strike, 0-1. kicks and fires. Go-ahead run in second here in the top half of inning number 7. And downstairs. Pitch misses, and the count is 2-2.
He's trying to stay down in the zone, but the hitter just will not chase. Now back in a 2-2 count, he's going to have to go to something else to get him out.
Just misses without one.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter. At this point in the ball game, you know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
William Contreras up next for the Brewers. The pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. And a pitch. It's a strikeout. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
2 on, 1 out. And now it's William Contreras. On the corner for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
2 on, 1 out. That's in there. 0-2. That one missed. 1 out. The go-ahead run is at second. And another ball.
That's a really good take.
Two now. Out to center. Siri in position. 2 away. So first and second with 2 outs. Christian Yelich will hit next. On 2 outs. And he hits a ground ball right side and foul ball. And the right-hander deals. That misses, and that's ball 1. Weimer, the lead runner out at second. Coe on at first with 2 down. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Siri in position. Brings it in. And that's the 3rd out. Brewers strand a couple. Score remains tied, 6 apiece. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Bryce Wilson. He's making his 2nd appearance of the season. 3-4-5 due up for the home team. Here's Bryce Harper.
You don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
The wind and the pitch. Right side, hard hit. Gets it to first. 1 away. Big time out, leading off the home 7th.
The left fielder, Kyle.
And And next will be the cleanup hitter, Kyle Schwarber. Be careful with this guy. He's got power. He can untie it with one swing. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, a mistake right here could untie this ball game. If you're the pitcher out there, you just want to be a little more cautious.
The next pitch misses, and it's 2-0. And another ball.
3 balls, no strike.
See if he gives him anything to hit here. And he walked him on 4 pitches.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Now batting, catcher.
Here's the Phillies catcher, JT Realmuto. That one misses. That's 5 straight.
1-0.
With the go-ahead run at first, here the bottom of the 7th. Here's a 1-2.
And that's in the dirt. Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Righty delivers. Ground ball, could be 2. Flips it over to Terrain. 1. And that's 2.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Keenan Middleton. Tied at 6. Owen Miller up now for the Brewers.
Now this guy, a player that, if he gets on base, has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
And the pitch. Fastball for a strike. Right-hander kick steals. And that's a strike.
0-2.
Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Some high cheese for strike 3.
Came after him with the fastball on 0-2, and that's a pretty good demonstration of what power pitching is all about. He's got the stuff, obviously, and right there he used it to put his opponent away without needing to waste any pitches.
Garrett Mitchell up now for the Brewers. And the first pitch misses for ball
1 ball, no strike.
And the righty deals. Not close with that one. And that's ball 2.
No, that pitch not even close. A 2-0 count now. He can't be over-aggressive. He's got to make sure that pitch is right on a tee for him.
There's strike. 2-1 now. Movement in the bullpen. Ryan Barucki appears to be getting loose. Dominguez, the right-hander, also getting loose. One down, base is empty. That one drilled left field. Should be extra bases. And it gets by him. He'll reach second with one away.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. Now the go-ahead runs in scoring position, so big opportunity for them to jump ahead late.
Chorio up now for the Brewers. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass, looking for the sac bunt. Pitch misses. Ball one. Lifted in the air, right field. On the move. Nice grab on the run. And there's two away. Tyler Black digs in now. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Brings it in, and that's the third out.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
And welcome back to the ballpark.
For the
Ready
Phillies.
for the bottom of the eighth.
The
And
second
now
baseman.
it's going to be Wilson back to work. Fought off foul. And that one a little below the knees. And the count even 1-1. Hit on the ground to the right side. Miller. One gone to the bottom of the eighth.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball to the ground, and kill some runs while you're at it.
So up next, Alec Bohm. Check swing. He went too far, and it's a
No
strike.
ball. One strike.
All tied up here, the bottom half of the eighth inning. The wind of the pitch. That misses the zone, and it's 1-2.
They tried to get him to go, chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
Close, but call the ball. And the count's even at 2.
Very close pitch there, and that was a big one. Clearly, he thought he got the inside corner on the mound, and he's showing his frustration a little bit.
Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Slider got him for strike 3.
Man, I really like the ability to bounce back right there after not getting the call. He probably should have got it. Didn't let it affect his focus, and he came back with another good pitch to get him swinging.
Jose Siri stands in for the Phillies. And a foul ball. And that's in for a strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Phillies go down quietly in the inning. This game remains tied at 6. Tanner Scott taking over on the mound.
Man, we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better runs in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Tied at 6. Joey Wheeler up now for the Brewers. pitch. And that one clips the corner. Next offering is in for a strike. Outside pitch got the better of him that time.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner. With 2 strikes, you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error. But some way, you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
Next to hit, Richie Coe. Fouled off down the right side. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the top of the 9th.
No.
That's outside. A ball, 1 strike.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So it's a good take by him.
Ball,
and that misses off the outside edge. Laser base hit. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. You often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the ball in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Now the number 2 hitter. Runner on the move. Pitching for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal the base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
Swing and a miss. 0-2 down. Action in the pen down there. Ryan Barucki, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. With the go-ahead run standing at second here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Goes down looking.
Nice work there to get the strikeout, and that's a good second out. I'll tell you, this home crowd will be fired up. They can get out of this and leave that go-ahead run stranded at scoring position. This is a big moment in this game.
William Contreras. Intentional walk here with 2 out. They set up a force at any base to end the inning.
Well, it doesn't get much easier with this next batter, but I totally understand going with the intentional walk in that spot. He's just too dangerous at the plate right now, and there's a base open, so it gives you options defensively to get an out.
Yelich in the box now. Takes strike 1. 0-1. Swings through that one. First and second, 2 down. Here in the 3rd and final game of the series. That misses the zone. Now 1-2.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
Swings and misses. Struck him out.
See it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the 9th. Trevor Richards.
Now pitching for Milwaukee, number 36, Trevor Richards.
And now James
for the
Wood.
Phillies, the designated hitter.
The pitch. That's a strike. 0-1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Devin Williams, the closer of the staff, is thrown. 2 now. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Gosh, here it is. Hit it. 3-pitch strikeout. All fastballs. Man, he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch right now.
Brandon Jordan stands in for the Phillies. First pitch misses. This guy's got good power. With one swing, he can win it for him.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
One down, base is empty. Right through there for a strike.
Scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing of the bat. Nice win for the team.
One-run game here today. Your final score, 7-6. The Phillies hang on to win it. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi.